everyone, welcome back to Jade Journeys. My name is Natalie, and today I have a special guest on the YouTube and the podcast in the form of Holly, a contemporary artist doing murals, paintings, illustrations, commissioned work, pieces. You've done like Met Gala dresses and painted dresses, and you did a collaboration with Sade Voltaire a few years ago, and you also do now Astrological Birth Charts that are totally magical. They're so beautiful. So it's so fun to have you here today. You're also a mother of 2 boys and another one on the way.
It's very obvious that there's another one on the way. Yeah.
Baking.
Baking, yeah.
So it's a pleasure to have you on. Welcome. And curious to hear more about you. Born in Kent, but living in Stockholm now. You've had an episode in Paris and New York, I believe. You studied at Central St. Martin's in London.
Yeah. Wow, you know a lot about me.
I did some research.
No, that's so lovely of you. That's all true. And now I'm here in Stockholm.
Yes.
Where should we start?
I feel like from the child to how did you discover like painting and finding that way? How did you know that you wanted to be an artist?
I feel like everybody asks that, and it's just this thing of there's nothing else to do. It's like I don't fit anywhere else.
No.
I remember it's like a while ago I was painting a portrait for someone, and they came in to just to see how it was going, and he went, "How do you know how to mix the skin colour?"
Yeah.
And I mean, of course you can learn that, and it's like there's loads of like YouTubers, like you can learn how to mix a skin color, but you just know. You just like it's just something you know how to do. It's the same like how do you build how do you make a mural? You just know. You get some paper and you do a sketch. It's like this intuitive process of this plus this will equal this, and in the same way it's I was always going to go to art school. There was nothing else. There was no other option. It was just always making things
certain.
It was but also not this kind of not this insisting heavy thing. It was just like, okay, well, this is what I love, so I'm just going to go off and do some more of that. And my parents were super, super supportive, which is obviously like a big thing. Because I guess not everybody wants your kid to go off to art school, but they thought it was great. So off I went.
That's so nice. And I feel because you were brought up in the countryside, right? Like in nature, because it feels like a lot of your work incorporates like the natural world, or like kind of it has an ethereal touch almost with the mythology and like flowers and the objects usually. What's your relationship to that kind of fantasy and imagination? And because it feels like it's never stopped since you were a child. It's just like fed into your work.
That's so lovely of you to see that. And I really agree. Like I really love the idea of magical realism. So that's like when things look like as if they're just as they are, but then they open up into another world, like where so it's reality, it's our reality, which then becomes something magical. And I think that's also like the best way to understand something different, is when when it's familiar to you at first. So so I love things like nature, and then it subverts into something else, like something magical, fantastical, and I think just growing up in the countryside, and like England is very wet and magical.
Yeah.
It's like that feels like the baseline.
Like the forests and the
fairy
woods.
country, like all the mythology, like it's a very there's something magical in the entire history of the place.
True.
So and I just love animals and birds and flowers, and it's just definitely been like, that's what I'm always drawn to painting, like organic things, and I guess the narrative that they can hold, because it's always about a story.
And symbolism,
exactly,
different things symbolize and for some reason connect you with different things. Like the tiger has some significance, and I'm seeing an elephant over there, a shell.
Well, this is like my favorite childhood book, and I just kind of summarized the story into 4 walls.
I'm seeing like mermaids as well. I love it.
It has to tell a story, because that's like, well, that's how you understand an image. Like, it could just be your own interpretation, but I think that's when you really like, when you fall in love with a painting is when you know something about it, like you know, how did the painter come up with it, like what how are they feeling, like you know, it can really make you or just fall for a piece of art,
connect and resonate.
Exactly. Whereas when it's just it's never just an object, but
because I saw that you think about it as like talisman.
I really like to believe when you make a piece of work, any piece of work, that for any creative person, that it's like you're putting all of your self, you know, like, of course it's like intention and like reasoning or whatever, but you're like imbuing it, and then that piece carries forth into the world, and then when someone has it in their home, it then carries forth that energy, and as like esoteric as that sounds, it's why like I've got this like antique table from Mexico, and like I feel like this gives me something from 100 years ago in Mexico. Like, the objects carry forth
like an energy
or a feeling, and I think that you can go, you know, super far out and be like, I feel the energy, or you can just be like, I understand that this is doing more than a piece from IKEA, you know, and I think most people can feel that difference.
True. I love that.
Although actually I have a lot of respect for IKEA, and I do, and I think like the ergonomics of like designing one piece that's then mass produced thousands of times globally is actually very, very cool. So, but that's maybe something else.
No offense to IKEA.
No offense to IKEA.
No, it's amazing. And you mentioned before we started the recording that you're living in a painting kind of, and like we're sitting here in your home, and it really feels that way. And I feel just being here, you get like creative, inspired, like something with the colours and the different like motives, and like just seeing the sea, you know, it's just like it does something to you.
Like with this painting, I really wanted it to be like you're sitting inside of the sea.
Yeah.
So the horizon line is like quite low, and yeah, just that it has this like harmony feeling of like that you're in it.
Yeah.
You're sitting in it. You're like part of the painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm so happy you feel like that, because that means I did a good job.
Absolutely. I'm curious because you mentioned like the esoteric and like you can go that way as well.
Yeah.
Do you have like a relationship with like spirits or whatever you want to call it? Just like something higher, or do you have any faith, or like what's your approach?
Well, that's so, because I was just reading about how people are turning so much back to religion, but no, I would not say I'm not I don't practice any religion, but I really believe that we're all part of something bigger, and I think when you like have children, and when you kind of feel that balance between like life and death, like my father passed, and I just mean kind of going through the life cycle more. Like when I was younger, I don't think I was I just had no experience of it, but now it feels like it's just of course there is something more than this reality. It's just obvious that there's something more, and that it can sit quite close, and it can sit quite far, and I think that we're able to like access it, in different ways. Things like music, or meditation, or I don't know, just ways of like quietening yourself, and then you can kind of hear maybe, or feel, or but I feel like it's this huge, wonderful mystery that I really enjoy kind of dipping into, and definitely when I've been painting, and kind of like it's never just like after 10 minutes, but if I've been painting for hours and I'm really into something, I can feel my dad sometimes. Like really like feel him like just there, and so that's kind of a confirmation that it's that by doing different practices, I think you can you there is exactly there's like a connection to the other side, but I feel like I feel like that other reality that sits so close but we are so separate from, I feel like it's something that it's like a life journey of discovering it.
I love that.
I just really enjoy, like right now I'm so in this reality, like I've got little kids and I have a baby, like this reality feels like very just
like the priority.
It's the priority. There's not so much time to be quiet and go there to that place. So it's something I kind of think I really look forward to like discovering it more. In the future. But I definitely believe there's more.
I love that answer. That was so sophisticated and
really?
well put. Yes, I resonate a lot with that, and I think what you say, like when you're more still on the inside, or like just like, for example, if you sit in nature and you like suddenly, because you're not doing anything, you can kind of take it in more.
Yeah.
And then it can be just like the way the wind blows over a tree, and you can just stop for a moment and be like, wow, it's pretty marvelous, you know?
It's just the world is too magical.
Yes.
It's too magical, and things it don't make sense in a completely rational way, and we are all so intertwined. You know, it's how there's just been so many times where something completely nonsensical lines up, and you're just like, how on earth? And it's something bigger. There's something. There's some bigger current. That's a great word for it.
Yeah, and I feel like there's all these like poets and everyone saying like, if you can hear the melody like behind the scene of life, it's like, wow, it's so cool. Sometimes you just need to pause enough to kind of hear that, or recognize that, wait, that happened, and then this happened, and that synchronicity, that is like, we can't explain that by any other way than that there is some like flowing thing behind that's like making things happen. And
I love that word, melody. That's a really good word for it.
And you just sometimes need to stop enough to hear it like a bit louder. But I like that what you said about when you have like more of a relationship to life and death, which, as you say, like over time, when you've started to see that kind of natural process be happening, like people are passing away or it does make life more like precious in one way, because you realize that
completely.
I saw like this quote the other day that caught me a bit, is that like, you cannot live, or you cannot be untouchable, because life is vulnerability.
Wow.
And I just felt that like a bit, you know, sometimes when you're like thinking that you can kind of ride over challenges, or like, that people die, or that there's like something that it's more tough on you. But like, life is a vulnerable process. It's like, that's how it kind of unfolds.
And the more you can be vulnerable, I mean, it's so easy to say be vulnerable, but the more you can just be yourself with all of the things, instead of just always going in instead of going around, then the more you get out of it. So
beautiful. And you mentioned your dad. Like how has he impacted you? And like, of course, it's a big figure in your life.
I don't think I can talk about it.
You don't have to.
I think I'll get really upset.
Oh, I understand. We don't need to do it.
Sorry. We go. No, but that's a really lovely question. Thank you. And he was just lovely, and he was very creative, and was just like a huge supporter of me, you know, and just always was just a top dad.
Oh, beautiful. And now you're embarking towards motherhood again, or like you're already a mother, but you're making free soon. So how's the journey of motherhood impacted your like creativity, or the way, because now more recently you tapped into the astrological birth charts. Can't you tell a bit more like how these years have like shaped you, and how you approach your creativity and art?
Thank you. That's it's a huge thing when like I think the biggest relationship that changed after having a kid was with time, because before having a baby, time was just this like endless, lovely. Time just didn't exist, you know. I just would make work, and then I wouldn't, and then I'd stop, and then I'd have lunch, and then suddenly it became like you have this much time to make a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Go. Like this, like what?
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah, exactly. It was just so crazy that suddenly time became this like very limited thing, and I think I like struggled with it for a long time. And also just like your whole identity changes. I'm in this incredible, like, you know, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But you also just feel very well, I had Canute. I had my eldest son quite young. Well, I felt quite young. I was 31. And I felt quite like unsure. Yeah, unprepared. Like none of my friends were having, apart from my best friend. I just felt quite like, yeah, unprepared and unsure. And yeah, it made me think a lot about what I mean, just like the subject matter of what I was painting. And then you have like a lot of guilt because you just like want to be with your baby, but you want to make, but you also want to make your work, and it felt really like this roller coaster. Of finding like a new normal, like as a creative. And I think, I mean, it's only positive in the end because what you ultimately get is this huge appreciation for time. Suddenly time is just so precious. It's like every hour counts towards something. Like if you're going to be, you know, play with your kids, or if you're going to like make something, it's like you really get that feeling. And I think it's made me just relax so much more. Just from like literally holding a paintbrush to like a kind of bigger picture, like, you know, where am I going with my work, and comparing yourself to other creators. You just have a big dose of relax because there's nothing else to do. You know, you have to just like you're a mummy. And
that has to come first.
That has to come first. And ultimately I think it makes the work so much better because you're so much more relaxed, so you just get on with it in a way that I think before I was much more like a perfectionist, or like just over-analysing. Whereas now you kind of come like, okay, I like this, and you just get on with it, you get it done. And I definitely think that the kids have made my work like more whimsical, or like more like simpler in a better
like
way.
Playful almost.
Like more playful. And then definitely the birth charts have come from having the kids, and that's just been this like wonderful gift of it's like astrology is something I've always loved. And then I made a chart for my goddaughter for her kind of christening present, and then, you know, her mummy and my really good friend, she said, you know, this is so beautiful, you should do this. And I was kind of like, no, like, you know, no. But then other friends saw it, and then they wanted one. So it's just that lovely organic story where just like it kind of just happened. And then I set up a little shop, and and now it's a business. And it's been this really wonderful combination of art and a kind of product. which I never thought I would love.
Yeah.
But I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I love all of the small parts of it, the kind of the customer service side, like the packing, you know, I love the packaging of it. It's all these small parts. I'm really enjoying kind of like discovering this like commerce side,
like the entrepreneurial.
And I guess that it is, because people always say artists are entrepreneurs, and I guess that it's just been really fun to kind of like discover these new skills. And ultimately that, you know, because people often buy them for like a christening present or for their children, to kind of learn more about like the children's astrology. And it's just so lovely to get emails saying, you know, I just got this piece of art and I love it. And I mean, that's the best. And I think from going from like making paintings and murals where it's like this really long lead time, you know, it's like you're painting for like a month or something, and then and then you hand it over, and to go from that to just this short, much shorter interaction feels wonderful. I've been really enjoying like building out this little business. Yes.
Atelier Holly.
Yes, Atelier Holly.
Everyone need to check it out. They're stunning.
Thank
they're
you
so beautiful,
much.
and that's kind of the thing that makes it so special as well, is that they're so individual, because like there's only one of us. Like literally the minute you were born, this is the chart, and it's like something magical about it as well, because I find with astrology, like, I don't really get it, but it's like, you know, it's like the planets and the signs and houses, and as soon as I learn more about it, or someone's reading my chart, it's like always like, wow, it's amazing. It's such a language of its own, so it's so special to paint it.
Totally, and it's that thing of however far you want to go into the astrology is like, you know, it's totally, some people are so far out, and some people just think it's a really beautiful piece of art, which it also is, but however far you go, it's impossible not to resonate, you know, that what the way that the planets are sitting and the different points are sitting, it's, people are always like, oh, but that's how I am, like I'm really stubborn, or and it's just interesting to, I guess it's like the Vedas, it's like when you know more about yourself, then you can be more accepting of yourself, instead of pushing against, you know, like, oh,
your nature.
Exactly. When you so it's just lovely to learn more about your nature, and I think especially for children, when you have a tiny baby or like a small kid, and they haven't quite come into their personality, it's so fun to read their chart and kind of get a feeling of
where it's heading.
Exactly who they're going to be, or what their life might hold. I mean, it doesn't tell the future, but
it has elements of it. Like I've recently sent my chart to one of the AI chats. And I was like, wow, it was like pointing down even what I do now, like as a like what I do in the world, and it just like puts like the themes are there, you know, like teaching or doing this or being creative or loving foreign travel or like there's so many things that it's like it's
and so then when you can recognize parts of yourself, then the other parts become well, you're more open to read about that. You're like, okay, so I would that's probably true, and then maybe that will open something up in your life that wasn't there before.
Definitely. It's a bit of a self-discovery process.
Exactly. And that's what I think it's such a wonderful thing to have a piece of art that can give you so much.
Yeah.
And also that, you know, if you don't feel like doing it, you also can just
it's just
not.
a little map of your soul.
Exactly. And then at some point you could dive in again. And there's so many different ways to interpret it, and everyone reads differently. So yeah, you could go to one astrologer and they'll tell you, well, I mean, there'll definitely be similarities, but the interpretations will give you different discoveries.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm curious because you feel like you're like, the inspiration's just flowing through you. Do you have anything that you do, or something that inspires you naturally, or is there someone that inspires you, or music, or like what's...
Oh, that's so lovely. I definitely think some days it's flowing and some days it's not flowing. Gosh, what do I do? The one thing that I try, I wouldn't say I do religiously, but I am very I do insist on is meditate.
Oh really?
Yeah, even with the small kids, I think that is really important for neuroplasticity.
For the mental.
For the mental. I think that is I mean, it's been proven.
Of course. I need it. It's like, if I don't, I notice.
Exactly. You really can feel it. And it's something, you know, just like exercise. Like if you go for 1 week, you're probably not going to feel that much. But if you go for 1 year, then you have really changed the way you think. So that's something I really try to stick to. But everything else, I would say I'm like super what's the word, lackadaisical, super inconsistent. But I love music. I think music's like a super fast track to channel.
100%.
Like it can just flip any situation. So music's a big one. I mean, definitely just moving, right? Just like you know, because you're a yoga teacher. It's a super fast way to like shift something, and I think there's a lot to be said for like, if you're going to make something, if you're like, okay, I'm going to, you know, do a new painting, I'm going to do a new drawing for a birth chart or something, that you probably will do some bad work before you do some good work, and to just be okay with that. You don't have to do a masterpiece in 15 minutes. You could do some bad drawings and then get to the good stuff. And I guess that's just like all these different like journaling or whatever. It's like you have to clear out sometimes before you get to the real magic. To
like the essence.
To the essence. But now I feel like I'm moving away from the question, the inspiration. But I guess, you know, nature is like, I'm always coming back to nature. And since moving to Sweden, the nature here is so epic. It's like really like dinosaur country. I mean, you know, because you're half and half. I'm kind of going from like wet, magical England to like the dinosaur rocks and the
like rune stones. It's
I love it. It's the Vikings, exactly. It's like, I love it. So yeah, I think definitely the archipelago and all of that is a great place to maybe, even if I'm not painting it directly, it's just a great place to like
tune in a bit.
tune in. Yeah.
No, it's so true. Especially now when the season comes into like summer and you have the sun out until the like late evenings, that it's like enchanting.
Enchanting.
And like if you're out in the countryside in Sweden, it's just, it can be a forest, it can be like the meadows, it can be like just the sun setting over a field. It's like, wow, you can almost feel the like fairies or pixies running around. It's
totally.
It's really special.
Totally, and the midnight sun. I mean, it's not quite midnight sun. But
no, but kind of.
The twilight light. And, it feels like there's a strong. The air is like rich with something. Yeah.
True. Yeah. Fresh and rich. Yeah. I'm curious, like, if you have any upcoming dreams or desires or like stuff that your heart is longing for. I guess now it's like very the baby's on its way and Atelier Holly is like flourishing, and that's like kind of a project and a baby in itself. But is there anything else like on the horizon or that you look forward to or that you see yourself doing or in the future?
Gosh, again, this is such a lovely question. I think right now I just have so many ideas for different birth charts and synastry charts and just kind of developing this little world of charts. It feels super exciting and just very organic. People asking for can you do whole sign charts? Can you do synastry? It just feels like it's really flowing. And kind of coming, outside of me. And I'm so happy for that. So just to build out this little world. I mean, obviously, I feel like the baby is going to come and just take all the space in the most perfect way. So a lot of space for baby. But I would love, I guess in a year or 6 months, I would love to have a bigger offering of astrological charts, and just feel like I had built up that more.
Because it's so cool also when you're doing the synastry charts, and like I saw that people doing it as like a wedding gift and stuff, and that's so beautiful. And I saw you and your partner, maybe that's how how did it you have one as well, right?
It just started because a friend said, is there some sort of couples chart? My sister's getting married and I'd love to do this but for a pair. And then I, of course, there's the synastry, but I just said, well, I could make like your own bespoke artwork where there's 2 birth charts interlocked, and she just liked that just more as an aesthetic. She just thought
it's also like an infinity almost with the 2 circles.
It's like very beautiful, and then underneath it says married on or infinity on the date of the wedding or when they met. So it was a wonderful discovery through my friend. Like she asked for something and I came up with this artwork. It's a great wedding gift. It's a great it's a great,
really is.
It's a great gift for a couple anniversary or something. So the synastry is when the charts lay on top of each other, and then you read them slightly differently, and so that's like stage.
That's the next level.
That's the next level.
After the wedding, a year later.
Exactly. So I that's like what I'm working on now.
Wow.
So that, yeah, it feels, again, it's just so fun because people, you know, they have this piece of art. It's like they can have it as like a talisman in their home forever, and then at some point, if they want to, they can kind of go on a little self-discovery about themselves. So
I love it.
Thanks,
it's also such a beautiful celebration of our individuality. I feel like it's really a reminder of that like there's only one of you, so like be yourself.
Completely. It's like a birth chart's a completely unique map for anyone. Even twins wouldn't have the same one.
No,
because they're like most.
Oh, because one comes first.
Exactly, and the minute.
It changes.
Yeah, it changes the chart. Yeah. I mean, they'd be very similar, but it does change it.
Yeah, that's the fascinating thing about astrology. It's like written in the stars.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in terms of like creativity in general, I'm seeing like your kids, there's like a lot of toys, there's a lot going on. Is there anything, and you mentioned your dad was also creative, is there anything that you feel, or like advice that you've got, or something when it comes to creativity that you would like to pass on to your children?
Oh gosh, that's a big one. I want the home, like the painting, and I definitely want them to like feel like they live in exposed to colour and magic, if I dare say that, but just exposed to character. I think that's like they're going to be, I don't know, accountants. That would be totally fine, but just that they have grown up kind of exposed to just different just touches and fabrics and colours and character in their home and in their, I think it subconsciously really goes into you. And that like nothing in this house is precious, like it's a very lived in home. There's like no like antiques that cannot be broken. I mean, I would be sad, but it will be fine. So I think it's a lovely it's lovely to grow up with like all these different like in a home that's alive with these things. So I hope that goes into them somehow. But advice for them, well, I think that with all creatives, maybe just with everybody in general, I guess with a creative person it comes out clearly as a product or a result, that we're all just trying to get our voice clearer, just like to make
sense of who you are,
and that what you're putting out becomes more and more refined and more and more clear, and that you get there faster because you've learned to edit your voice. When I say voice, I just mean your output. It takes time. There's no like fast track to get there. Just repetition over the years. So I think if I'm able to start them younger on that, for their voice, however their voice is coming out, to feel more sure of themselves, to have the confidence to express. That's the perfect word for it. Because I think my parents did that for me. It was just there was no restrictions and just encouragement, but also just space and time and throwing in different things, because if you don't have access to, I don't know, Play-Doh, then you don't know how it feels to make little Play-Doh people. So giving them some different options, but yeah, maybe just helping them to feel their voice, to feel like, to hear it, and helping them to let it out, to express it,
like no filter,
no filter on it, and maybe to get there fast. It's not about getting there faster, but
but not condition it in any way.
That would be great.
Because
that just builds a more confident
human being.
Exactly.
I love that. And it's so, I resonate a lot with that, like finding your voice and self-expression and wanting what you create to reflect who you are. It really is a process. It's like, and it can be almost painful when you feel like that it's not really, you're not really getting there. It's like frustrating, and it's so much just trust, like that word of that, what you're saying or doing or putting out, or that you can trust yourself in the result, and you don't need approval or it's to let go of judgment and all of that. That's like a whole episode of its own.
Exactly, like the ultimate thing to just
don't care about the receiver.
Exactly, that's very difficult, but to just trust yourself, I guess, is
beautiful. I guess like having confidence in your own expression makes all the difference, because then you don't need to be so subjective to judgment or how it will be perceived or how other project stuff onto you, because you're just like, this is me, this is what I do.
Exactly, and it doesn't just carry forth from, like painting, a confident line. It's like that means that you move through the world in this really hopefully not arrogant, hopefully you're self-assured, and feeling good most of the time. So that would be great.
That's what's so fascinating about if you feel like a creative person or the artistry, is that it's kind of, at the end of the day, it becomes a way of life, because it's so intertwined. You can't really separate yourself from what you're creating, or from, like, it's more of a way of being in that way.
Exactly, a way of being. Help them to get to that place.
Beautiful. I love that. It'll be interesting to see where they go when they've like been immersed in this.
I kind of expect them to reject it, right? I mean, just because I think that's maybe
kind
they'll
of a
come
phase.
back. I'm like anticipating the rejection, and then maybe they come back, but
It's so funny. What's your astrological like signs, like the sun, and do you know your moon?
I'm Aquarius. And then with rising Capricorn, and I don't actually remember my moon. But I feel like I am so Aquarius.
I was gonna say that makes sense.
I feel like
you were even living
exactly.
in a
pool. Exactly, and it's not like I'm Aquarius, therefore I'm gonna paint myself in a sea. It just happens, and then you remember. And you're like, oh, that's why
that makes sense.
Totally done this. I just strongly identify with water and like a flow.
I have a lot of water in my chart as well. Like a lot of my signs are water signs. But I'm a Leo sun, so.
Okay.
But then I have Scorpio rising and Pisces moon.
Okay.
So it's water and fire, basically.
Yeah, but that it makes sense that you're doing this.
Yes, I know. It's funny. It almost becomes like you become a parody of yourself when you start learning about the astrology. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, it's like this couldn't be more me. Yeah. But it's lovely.
It is. I'm curious as well, like if you have any, because you mentioned like you're not religious or in any sense, but if you have any like mantra or philosophy, like when life gets challenging, or like something that you draw upon when you're struggling more, or like.
Oh gosh, not really, but something that really helped me being a mum is like very mum specific, but then of course it plays out to everything, is this too shall pass. It's like such an old school one, but that's a great one for everything, you know. It's when there's a tantrum, just like this too shall pass. And that's I think that's a great one to have for any situation, because it's all temporary.
Yes.
It's just a moment in time.
Yeah.
But no, nothing. Something I heard recently which I thought was really interesting was your principles only start to matter when they become inconvenient.
Oh.
And that's something I've just been thinking about a lot, because having kids makes you think about what you believe in a lot. And having small kids, you're able to just, these are my principles, this is how we're going to live. But now Canute's 7 and August is 5, they don't listen. You can't just say, this is how we're going to live.
They'll revolt.
Yeah. And so it's like, how much do you believe in your principles? Like, how far am I going to push it?
Wow.
And well, that's just a conversation. Yeah. So that's something I've just been thinking about a lot. Like, just like, how do I want to live? And then, you know, how do they live? And how far am I willing to go to create that environment? Yeah.
Interesting. Like in terms of values.
Yeah,
and...
I mean mainly values. Like, gosh, what's a good example? Well, I guess an obvious one is like screen time. I mean, versus like no screen time. I mean, that's a kind of like
very modern world problem.
But that's an obvious one. But going through to everything, you know, like, how do you want to it's being a parent is just so crazy, because it's literally like you're creating a person. I mean, you're not, because they're born with all of this going on that you can't control, but you are able to guide them or a little influence them. And so just what principles are you gonna stand up for and take the fight, and what are you gonna just be like, this is not it wasn't that important. I
haven't thought about it that way, but when you think about it that way, it is it is a responsibility just per se to have a child and like make sure their needs are met and they can eat and whatever, but you really have that formative influence about like how they will view the world in one way, and like how they will relate to their environment.
And because we're so conditioned by our parents, whether we like it or not. It's impossible not to be. So it does matter what
you do,
what I do and say today, and that can feel very
Almost a bit daunting.
So daunting.
Yeah.
So, like, it's the most daunting.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the right way. It's not
But
mission.
But I guess also the fact that you even reflect in that way is like solves a lot. You're like conscious about your impact.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's so beautiful. I'm not sure what time it's 11:45.
Oh, okay.
So in terms of timing, I'm like, I don't know how long this has gone on for, but
it's just like you said, we just talk,
it just flows, you know, time and space just like walks.
Yeah.
But I'm curious if there is anything else that you would like to share or pass on to the people who are listening.
Gosh, no, I mean, this has just been such a pleasure.
Yes, likewise.
Yeah, and no, I mean, I really appreciate your questions. They're really like thoughtful. I feel like I've gone on different tangents and like my Aquarius flow.
But also you're like a few weeks until you're having a baby, so it's like pregnancy hormones and everything.
Yeah, maybe that too. Definitely that too. But no, this has just been lovely.
Like, thank you. It was my pleasure, truly. It's been so beautiful to hear your reflections. That's what I find about artists. They're so like reflective people, and like they come, even if you don't understand it just by watching the painting or like the actual final product, there's so much going on in the inner world, right? It's a rich and deep inner world, and that's why I love like speaking to people that are in that creative like process all the time, because it is that kind of cycle of life and death and reflection and refinement and self-discovery and self-expression and all these things.
Totally. It's like I remember one of my teachers at art school said it's like you have this huge soup bowl to make anything, and you have to just keep throwing like all these different ingredients, like, you know, like music and whatever into the soup bowl, and you know, the better the stuff going in, the better the stuff coming out. So
I love that analogy. That's beautiful. And that goes for the whole life.
You know? Totally.
High quality ingredients will create a good life.
Exactly. And it's never just, you know, dun, dun, dun.
No,
it is this,
there's no formula.
No.
Well, thank you so much, Holly. We'll link the details to Holly so you can follow her on Instagram, follow her atelier, maybe book a birth chart. If you have upcoming wedding, it's like a wedding season starting now, so I guess you'll be booked. You'll be like coming out of labour.
I hope so. That would be wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time and inviting me to your beautiful space. I love it. And thank you for listening, everyone. Sending you a lot of love.